How about that big tax refund or tax cut that Trump gave to all of his supporters? Remember all the screaming and cheering at his Nazi rallies? This dirty, filthy son of a bitch. Remember, in addition to lock her up and build the wall and all this other horse shit that these brain dead cretins would spew at Il Duce, one of the ones that really got to me was about the tax cut, about how Trump was going to make everybody's paycheck bigger by this dramatic cut in taxes that the country could not afford. But the wealthy and the super wealthy and the ultra wealthy and the mega wealthy who benefit from these tax cuts, they don't give a shit about people losing income or people being lied to about a tax cut. They don't give a shit. I mean, why does somebody like Trump care about their own lives? They don't care. I mean, there's no reason to care. When you are amoral, when you're a thug, when you're a Nazi fucking gangster, what, you're going to care? Trump's going to care about the lies he tells? Of course not. And the wealthy people don't give a shit either. Tell the proles anything that they need to hear. Fuck them. We're in this for ourselves. So, during the campaign, watching those bullshit rallies that Trump had, build the wall and Mexico's going to pay for the wall. I mean, who, beyond people with a third grade education, who would ever have thought that another country would be forced to build a fucking wall? And yet there were millions of people who listened to this goddamn animal Trump get up there and spew this shit out. And, oh yeah, he's gonna make them build a wall. He's just like Jesus. He'll make them do shit. Yeah. Just like my mean, vicious fucking daddy was. He'll make them build a wall. I mean, boy, that kind of ignorance and stupidity is just insurmountable. It really is. Well, the other thing, other than the wall, was the taxes. How could people have believed that Trump, of all people, that Trump was going to put into effect a tax reduction that would affect the working stiff? The people who actually work for a living, the wage earners, people in the middle level and the working poor and the lower middle, however you want to stratify income. Who believed that Trump was going to put it? Well, apparently millions of people believe the lying son of a bitch. Well, now it turns out that millions of Americans, according to the Washington Post, who will be filling out their 2018 tax returns, and I like this, will probably be surprised to learn that their refunds will be less than expected, or that they actually owe money to the IRS after years of receiving refunds. According to Post, people have already taken to social media using the hashtag GOP tax scam. Oh gosh, really, you think? To vent their anger, many blame Trump and the Republicans for shrinking refunds, which is what they should do. Some on Twitter even said they wouldn't vote for Trump again after seeing their refunds slashed. Oh, really? You're not going to vote for Il Duce again? What happened, booby? Oh, you didn't get back as much tax refund this year as you thought you would, as you have in past. What happened? Did your orange hero lie to you again and again and again and again? You dumb fucks. Did you really think you were going to get a break on your taxes from Trump? Anyway, this uproar, of course, is a result of the major tax overhaul that went into effect back in December of 2017, if you remember. And that tax overhaul passed through the legislative process with only Republican votes. See, it wouldn't happen now with the House in the hands of Democrats. And Trump calls it his biggest, well, everybody calls it his biggest legislative achievement of his first year. Did it help you, you dumb shit asshole Trump voter? Did it help you? Huh? No? Oh, poor baby. Well, now, while the vast majority of Americans received a tax cut in 2018, excuse me, refunds are a different matter. Refunds have decreased because of changes in the law, such as a new limit on property and local income tax deductions that you used to have. And some refunds have decreased because of how the IRS has altered withholding in paychecks. Here's an example. This guy who lives in New Jersey completed his 2018 tax return this month and discovered his refund would be $3,000 less than what he received last year. And he considers himself, his words, solidly middle class. Now, here's a little profile. He's 39 years old. He's a manager at a Barnes & Noble bookstore. There's a job that's soon going to disappear. His wife works for the state government. They have 2 children. He says he had no reason to believe their tax situation would change this year because he and his wife have lived in the same house for years, while their incomes have remained the same, remained stable. Nothing has changed regarding income or outgo. The change was Il Duce, Trump. This guy, who did not vote for Trump, this guy says, quote, it totally feels like a scam. I did still get a small refund, but compared to what I was expecting from previous years, it was a shock. Now, the average tax refund check is down 8% this year compared to last year. Now, this is the average. It's down about $170. That's what the IRS reported Friday, just passed. And the number of people receiving a free refund so far has dropped by almost 25%. Oh, really? An IRS spokesman cautioned not to read too much into early data because it reflects only returns processed through February 1st. And the partial government shutdown caused delays in filing processes. So not to worry. Oh, like it's going to change, IRS? The people whose tax returns have been determined are going to be different from the vast majority? I don't think so. I don't think so. And anyway, the Washington Post says early data can shift a lot, according to tax experts. But there's reason to believe frustration could rise as more Americans complete their tax returns. Really? And this is going to come as a surprise? How can it be a surprise? Trump is a fucking amoral, lying son of a bitch. What made you think, I don't care if you voted for him or not, what made you think that your taxes would go down under this fucking Trump? Well, I mean, seriously. You know, unless you're multi-millionaire, that's who it was designed for. That's who got the break. Not you. Who the fuck are you? You're just an average wage earner, right? You're middle class, right? And you thought you were going to get something from this monster in the White House? Oy. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcast. You have your choice. You can listen to the ranting with the audio podcast or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.